Madonna Louise Ciccone is not just a pop star. She's a cultural phenomenon, a boundary-pushing icon, and a master of reinvention. With a career spanning over 4 decades, she has redefined music, fashion, and boldness in women, becoming one of the most influential and controversial figures in entertainment history. From her early days as a scrappy dancer in New York City to her reign as the undisputed queen of pop, Madonna's journey is a tale of ambition, rebellion, scandal, and unshakable self-belief. This is the untold story of Madonna, the woman who taught the world to express itself. Madonna Louise Ciccone was born on August 16, 1958 in Bay City, Michigan, to Silvio Tony Ciccone, an engineer and a homemaker. She was the third of 6 children in a strict Catholic household. Young Madonna's world shattered when she was just 5 years old. Her mother, also named Madonna, succumbed to breast cancer after a grueling battle that left the little girl hollowed out with grief. "I remember standing at the top of the stairs watching men carry this big box out of our house," she recalled decades later, her voice still carrying the weight of that memory. "That's when I understood that love could disappear without warning." Her mother's death from breast cancer left a profound impact on her. "I felt abandoned," she later said. "I think that's where my drive comes from, trying to fill that void." The Ciccone household soon became a pressure cooker of repression. Her father, Silvio, a strict Italian Catholic engineer, remarried their housekeeper, Joan Gustafson, within 2 years, a betrayal young Madonna never forgave. She would constantly clash with her stepmother, Joan, who she felt was overly strict. The once vibrant child transformed into a rebel, sneaking out to Detroit's underground clubs, bleaching her hair with laundry bleach and wearing ripped fishnets to church. At 14, she even seduced her high school art teacher, Christopher Flynn, a gay man 20 years her senior who became both her lover and mentor. "He was the first person who ever told me I was special," she confessed. Flynn introduced her to the underground gay clubs of Detroit, where she discovered the power of performance, shock, and intimate freedom, lessons that would later define her career. Despite the constant tensions at home, Madonna excelled in school and discovered her love for dance. She earned a scholarship to the University of Michigan, but by 17, she was done with Michigan, and she dropped out of college after only 2 short years to move to New York City with just $35 in her pocket. "It was the bravest thing I've ever done," she later recalled. In New York, Madonna struggled to make ends meet, working odd jobs while pursuing her dreams of becoming a dancer. The summer of 1978 found an emaciated 19-year-old Madonna hauling a single suitcase through the crime-ridden streets of Manhattan's Lower East Side. "I had $35 and a dream," she later told Rolling Stone. "And the dream was the only thing keeping me alive." Her first apartment was a 4th-floor walk-up with no heat, where she survived on stolen bags of popcorn from movie theaters and the occasional free meal from strangers she charmed. To pay rent, she posed nude for art classes, which earned her $10 per session, worked as a coat check girl at Studio 54, where she studied the rich and famous like a predator sizing up prey, and even danced for pennies in Times Square. But Madonna wasn't just surviving. She was scheming. She studied modern dance under legendary choreographer Alvin Ailey and performed with modern dance troupes, but she quickly realized she wasn't the most talented in the room. "I wasn't the best dancer," she admitted, "but I was the one everyone remembered." But it was her foray into music that would change her life. Her big break came when she got romantically involved with DJ Mark Kamens, who helped her land a demo deal with Sire Records. The label executives were unimpressed, until they saw her perform live. In 1982, Madonna signed with Sire Records and released her debut single, Everybody. The song was a modest hit, but it was her self-titled debut album in 1983 that catapulted her to stardom. With hits like Holiday, Borderline, and Lucky Star, Madonna became the face of a new era in pop music, one that celebrated individuality, sensuality, and empowerment. When Madonna's self-titled debut album dropped, everything changed. All of a sudden, the scrappy club kid from Michigan was everywhere, on the radio, in magazines, and most importantly, on MTV. But it was the 1984 VMAs that really cemented her name in the minds and memories of people. Dressed in a wedding gown, lace gloves, and a boy toy belt, Madonna writhed across the stage during Like a Virgin, rolling on the floor, legs spread, in front of millions of horrified parents and electrified teenagers. The performance was so scandalous that MTV considered cutting the feed. She grinned afterward. "I wanted to make people uncomfortable." And uncomfortable they were. Her performance of Like a Virgin in 1984 and the release of her album of the same name cemented her status as a global superstar. The title track, with its provocative lyrics and iconic music video, sparked controversy but also made her a household name. Madonna's ability to blend catchy pop hooks with bold, boundary-pushing imagery set her apart from her peers. Madonna's career is a tapestry of iconic works that have left an indelible mark on pop culture. Her 1989 album, Like a Prayer, was a critical and commercial triumph, tackling themes of religion, race, and intimacy. The title track's music video, which featured burning crosses and stigmata, sparked outrage but also solidified Madonna's reputation as a fearless artist. In the 1990s, Madonna continued to push boundaries with albums like Bleepica in 1992 and Ray of Light in 1998. The former, accompanied by her controversial book, explored themes of desire and liberation, while the latter marked a spiritual and electronic reinvention that earned her widespread acclaim. Madonna's foray into acting was less consistent but no less memorable. Madonna didn't just want to conquer music, she was determined to rule Hollywood too. But while her musical reinventions were met with acclaim, her film career became a roller coaster of critical pans, box office bombs, and the occasional surprising triumph. Madonna's first forays into film were as scrappy as her early music career. She popped up in low-budget indies like A Certain Sacrifice in 1979, an avant-garde drama shot for just $5,000 where she improvised most of her lines. The film was shelved for years until her fame forced its release, much to her embarrassment. Her big acting break came with Desperately Seeking Susan in 1985, where she essentially played an idealized version of herself, a free-spirited downtown New York wild child. The film became a cult hit, though critics noted, Madonna isn't acting so much as existing fabulously. Between 1986 and 1993, flush with music superstardom, Hollywood threw money at Madonna, with disastrous results. Paired with her then-husband Sean Penn, she appeared in the 1986 tropical adventure movie Shanghai Surprise. Madonna's wooden delivery had critics howling. The $17 million film grossed just $2.3 million and won her first Razzie. In 1987, she starred in the movie Who's That Girl?, a $15 million screwball comedy where Madonna's over-the-top performance as a wrongly convicted woman made the film feel like, quote, a 90-minute music video without the music. In 1993, she appeared in a movie called Body of Evidence, a Basic Instinct ripoff featuring Madonna's infamous love scene with a candle that was more laughable than tantalizing. The film scored an epically humiliating 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Variety aptly summarized this era when it said, Madonna on screen is like a beautiful mannequin, all striking poses with no soul. But just when critics wrote her off, Madonna delivered two legitimate acting achievements. The first was in the 1992 movie A League of Their Own, where she played a hard-drinking center fielder, May Mordebito, and stole scenes with perfect comic timing. Director Penny Marshall said, she was fearless, would try anything once, including learning to slide into bases in a skirt. Her second and probably most notable and iconic performance was in 1996's Evita, after lobbying director Alan Parker for a year and submitting an unsolicited audition tape. Madonna silenced doubters with her Golden Globe-winning turn as Eva Perón. Her rendition of Don't Cry for Me, Argentina remains a career highlight. Never one to quit while she's still ahead, Madonna tried her hand behind the camera. In 2008, she released the movie Filth and Wisdom. This was her directorial debut, and it was dismissed as student film pretension. In 2011, she tried again with the movie We. This $15 million Wallace Simpson biopic was savaged as the most beautifully shot bore in cinema history. Madonna's Best Song Golden Globe win only fueled the backlash. Unlike her music career, where she controlled every aspect, movies required Madonna to surrender to directors, something her perfectionist nature resisted. As Vanity Fair noted, she's always playing Madonna, even when she's playing someone else. Yet, even the failures served her brand. As she told The Guardian, I don't make safe choices in anything. If I fail, at least I fail spectacularly. And while she never became the movie star she dreamed of being, her performances showcased her versatility and determination to challenge herself. Madonna's film career, like everything she touches, remains fascinating in its glorious imperfections. Madonna's personal life has been as dramatic as her career. Her relationships have often made headlines, with her romances reading like a who's who of Hollywood and the music industry. In the 1980s, she married actor Sean Penn, and their tumultuous relationship was marked by passion and volatility. The couple divorced in 1989, but Madonna later said of Penn, "He was the love of my life." In the 1990s, Madonna had high-profile relationships with fitness trainer Carlos Leon, with whom she had her first child, Lourdes, and filmmaker Guy Ritchie, whom she married in 2000. The couple had a son, Rocco, before divorcing in 2008. Madonna's relationships with younger men, including model Jesus Luce and dancer Timur Steffens, have also sparked controversy and criticism, but she has remained unapologetic. "Love doesn't know age," she once said. Madonna's career has been marked by as many controversies as triumphs. Her provocative performances, from the Like a Virgin MTV Video Music Awards performance to the Bleepica era, have often sparked outrage. Her 1990 Blonde Ambition tour, with its cone bras and other simulated provocative acts on stage, was both celebrated and condemned. Her outspokenness has also landed her in hot water. In 2016, she faced backlash for calling out ageism and sexism in the music industry during a speech at the Billboard Women in Music Awards. "I stand before you as a doormat," she said. "Oh, I mean, as a female entertainer." Madonna's feuds with other celebrities have also made headlines. She didn't just dominate pop culture, she waged war in it. Her rivalries weren't petty gossip. They were high-stakes battles for legacy, artistry, and sheer dominance of the spotlight. Notable amongst people Madonna waged war against is the legendary Elton John. The feud between Madonna and Elton John wasn't just about music. It was personal, vicious, and lasted decades. It began in 2004 when John, never one to mince words, called Madonna a fairground stripper after she beat his song "The Heart of Every Girl" for a Golden Globe. But the real explosion came in 2012, when Madonna won Best Original Song for We, a film John publicly trashed as one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Backstage at the awards, he reportedly screamed, "Madonna winning Best Song is a bleeping joke," before storming off. The feud reached its peak when John, during a 2012 concert, told the crowd, "Madonna, best song, bleep off." He later doubled down in interviews, saying, "She's been horrible to me for years, and frankly, I'm sick of her." Madonna, never one to back down, fired back. "Elton needs to get over himself. He's still mad about The Lion King." A reference to the fact that The Lion King musical, for which John wrote the music, was overshadowed by her Evita film success. Even in 2015, when Madonna famously tumbled downstairs at the Brit Awards, John couldn't resist mocking her on social media, posting a photo of himself laughing with the caption, "Did you see Madonna fall? I'm still giggling." After her feud with Elton John came her fight with Lady Gaga. Madonna's feud with Lady Gaga wasn't just about music, it was about legacy. When Gaga released Born This Way in 2011, critics immediately noted its striking resemblance to Madonna's Express Yourself. At first, Madonna played coy, telling Newsweek, "It feels familiar." But when pressed by ABC News, she smirked and dropped the bomb. "It's reductive, but flattering, I guess." Gaga initially denied copying, insisting, "If the Queen says it's similar, then I'm honored." But Madonna wasn't done. During her MDNA tour in 2012, she performed a mashup of Express Yourself and Born This Way, with the words, "She's not me," flashing on the screen behind her. The message was clear. There's only one queen. Gaga later admitted in an interview with the Howard Stern show that the feud really hurt her, but by then, Madonna had already won the war of public opinion. But before her feud with Elton John and Lady Gaga was her lesser-known, but no less explosive, feud with Sinead O'Connor. Madonna's feud with Sinead O'Connor wasn't just a clash of egos, it was a moral battle. It began in 1992 when O'Connor, known for her outspoken activism, wrote an open letter to the New York Times condemning Madonna's infamous book as exploitative and abusive to women. She called Madonna a pro and accused her of selling out feminism for shock value. Madonna, never one to take the high road, retaliated by mocking O'Connor on Saturday Night Live, holding up a photo of her during a sketch and sarcastically saying, "This is what a real woman looks like." But the feud turned nuclear when O'Connor tore up a photo of Pope John Paul II on SNL in protest of Catholic Church abuses. Madonna, who had built her early career on Catholic imagery, saw it as hypocrisy. "She's a crazy bleep looking for attention," Madonna told reporters. O'Connor fired back in interviews, calling Madonna a bully and the embodiment of everything wrong with celebrity culture. The feud never truly died. Even decades later, O'Connor continued to criticize Madonna in posts on social media. Madonna's feuds weren't just catfights, they were strategic. Every public clash reinforced her image as the untouchable queen of pop. While her rivals often came off as bitter or desperate, Madonna always stayed one step ahead, turning each feud into another chapter in her legend. As she once said, "I don't keep track of my enemies. I just outlive them." In the 2000s and beyond, Madonna continued to reinvent herself, both musically and personally. She adopted 2 children from Malawi, David and Mercy, and became an advocate for children's rights. She also explored new musical directions, blending electronic, hip-hop, and world music influences in albums like Confessions on a Dance Floor in 2005 and Madame X in 2019. Madonna's commitment to staying relevant has been both praised and criticized. Some have accused her of trying too hard to appeal to younger audiences, but Madonna has always defended her choices. "I'm not afraid to take risks," she said. "That's how you grow." Even past the 60-year age mark, Madonna shows no signs of slowing down. She continues to tour, record music, and push boundaries. In 2023, she announced the Celebration Tour, a retrospective of her career that proved to be as bold and daring as the woman herself. Madonna's legacy is one of resilience, reinvention, and relentless ambition. She's a woman who refused to be boxed in, who fought for her vision, and who never apologized for being herself. As she once said, "I'm tough, I'm ambitious, and I know exactly what I want. If that makes me a bleep, okay." Madonna is more than a star. She's a superstar.